Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I have a co-host today. Miss Brittany Floyd is here. She's going to be coming on in just a couple of minutes, and I'm excited to have a moment of joy with you guys today. It was an interesting week. It was an interesting weekend and lots of stuff has been going on behind the scenes and closing out 2025, getting ready for 2026, and planning and joy and reflection is happening right now. Lots of goodness. So I'm excited to be here with you just to take a break from the way that I just like completely pour my whole self into my work, because I will right now. It's completely joyful for me to do the work, but I recognize that I get I go into doing the work and I get the blinders put on and I'm busy, and in the process of doing a lot of things. And so it's in remembering the things that I need to do to take care of myself, right? Like the work is the reward. So I'm like, okay, I was on a roll getting stuff going this morning, getting things planned out and written out and all this stuff. And then it was come time to do the workout. And it's easy to be like, I don't need to do the workout because I'm busy working right now. And so the thing of it is that I've had to be like, okay, no, you have to do that stuff. You have to take care of yourself. And then you can come back when you get it done, then you can come back to the work. So I did. I got my workout done, and then I was like back to work. Hi ho, hi ho. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to recognize in yourself when you maybe do or don't take the breaks that you need to take, and figure out what the reward is for you. Figure out what the reward is for you. That's my joy this morning. I also it's getting chilly. It's getting chilly here in southeastern Connecticut, as I have said, and the last several episodes last week, I hope you couldn't tell, but like I was so cold. I was so cold sitting here on the air because there's a window directly in front of me. And this house was built in 1880. So the windows are not meant to do anything except be windows. They don't keep anything in or out the way that it needs to temperature wise. And so my husband covers them for the winter. And this weekend I said, could you please, so I don't start chattering my teeth on the air. And so he took care of that, got my office reorganized and organized and reorganized and cleaned up and everything else. So we're ready to go. And I said this before, like I tend to feel like I'm more in this, preparation, spring cleaning, but not like in this time of year than I am in the spring. In the spring, I want to be left alone with my allergies. I want to be like, I'm already like in a flow because we started the year and I'm ready. I don't want to break to do things. This is the time of year that I feel good about cleaning and organizing and all the things. So I did it. So I got my office all nice here. And I found a set of my affirmation cards by Louise Hay that I used to keep by my desk, but I'd moved it and then put them back on my desk so I could put one out for myself daily. And the one that I had this morning, it's perfect because y'all know how I feel about the water. See, it's the beach, and it says it's safe to ask for help. And it says, when you fear you can't do it all by yourself, maybe it's a sign that you don't have to. When you stop trying to do it all by yourself, help appears. So I love that. But I also recognize for me, that it's hard to ask for help. And I know that it is for a lot of people, because how many times, might we have asked for help, or we say something and there's crickets. We're like, hey, can you do this? Or because people say, oh, let me know what you need, and I'll help you. And so you put yourself out there and you ask for that help, and either you don't get it, or there's not communication or whatever. And that's really tough. It's really tough for me. I have a really hard time when I ask for something and there's like nothing, no response at all. I would rather, hey, I'll get back to you, or I'll think about it, or even no. I would rather a flat no than empty space and not answering at all. And so that's something that's really tough for me. And so this is a great reminder that it is safe to ask for help, and the response is not about you. The response is not about you. And that was a good reminder that I needed this morning as well, to keep doing what I do. I said this on Friday and I will say it again. I am too busy to be bothered right now. Too busy to be bothered. Got too much going on. So without further ado, everybody, let me know where you're joining from today and what is bringing you joy as we bring on my fabulous co-host. Miss Brittany Floyd is here, everybody. Good morning, Miss Brittany. Welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. We were having a change of background this morning because we were talking about backgrounds while I was in hair and makeup this morning. And we were discussing, things behind us and all of that. And she was talking about having the Marine flag, and I was like, well, that's perfect because Veterans Day is tomorrow. And so she moved.
And also, I just want to mention that it's the Marine Corps birthday. It's actually I believe it's the 250th birthday today, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Nice.
So it just fits perfect. There you go.
Nice. Very good. It does fit perfect. And it doesn't always I try to be like, I went for the longest time on this show where like I had planned everything out perfectly ahead of time. Like I knew the days, I knew what was, all the things, and aligned them. But then that didn't leave me a whole lot of room to switch things up as I felt or be creative. And so now I'm like in this happy medium where like, okay, if I need a space to fill, I'll go hunt and see
Right.
what's happening today. But other than that, I just go with the flow. And so I appreciate you were like, how much time we got left? What can we where can we scoot real quick?
It was real quick. 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes. I was like, all right, let's do this.
Yep. All right. Miss Teresa's here. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you so much. Yeah, I gave myself a little bang trim or whatever for on Halloween, because I was Lydia Dietz for Halloween and she has bangs. And so I was like, I'm having bangs for a minute. And I don't panic about that. I used to really panic about that, being like, oh shit, I'm cutting my hair. It's not going to grow back or something, And so, I let
the
myself do
bangs
it.
are banging.
It will grow back. I don't, it's whatever. It's whatever.
I love them.
Thank you. I went back to some old pictures. I had bangs when I met my husband. He was like, you're taking me back. See, you're getting spicy because we're coming up on our 15th anniversary, aren't you? And I'm like, I don't know.
It makes you look younger too.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So, what's bringing you joy? What have you been up to? What would you do over the weekend?
Okay, so yesterday, as I announced the last time I was on this show, that my son is actually going to be a dad. And yesterday we had the gender reveal, and it's a boy. So my grandbaby is a boy. So, and that's exactly what they wanted. So that's bringing me a lot of joy this morning.
Exciting, exciting.
Yeah.
I love to bring people together for whatever the celebration is. I enjoy getting together with people and celebrating new life is always a reason for, joy
Yeah,
in
and
life. And
it was so cute because his girlfriend actually was like, I just want to do it because it's going to bring me so much more joy than just looking at my phone and seeing the results. Like she's like, I just want it to be fun, and it's their first baby, and it's just so exciting to see them excited. So
yeah, exciting. Very, very good. So, we're going to talk about mind games. I know you and I are both familiar with things that like to creep into our brains and steal our joy. But so we're going to talk about that after this quick break to set us up with, we're going to have some feel good before we get into the mind games. Okay. So
okay.
here's our hosts expressing their gratitude for the season. Maybe, maybe not.
Possibly.
Possibly. It's giving annoying this morning. It's what it's giving.
Technology
I
is
don't know what is
technology.
happening. Technology is doing something funky. So if it starts playing while I'm
Hi, I'm Jessica Dugas. I co-host on Project Joy, and I would say what I'm most thankful for is my friends and family and being on the show.
This year, I am thankful for the lessons that have shaped me, the people who remind me of love, and the creative energy that flows through my everyday life.
I am Olivia Bunny, and this year I'm most thankful for the gift of life and music. This year, music has gotten me through so much, and it's just really shown me how important it is to be present. So that's what I'm thankful for this year.
I'm so grateful for all the people I've met through our show, my co-hosts who I find as my dear family, and the Breakthrough Show Network hosts and co-hosts, and Jessica Dugas, who makes it all possible.
My name is Leah. I'm a co-host on Project Joy, and I'm grateful for my family and joy this year.
And this year, I am most grateful for other human beings who allow me to be fully me.
For the amazing people that I'm surrounded with. I'm so thankful for the accountability, the people that show up even when it's challenging or not convenient, and the love that we share together. Thank you so much to all the incredible hosts of the Breakthrough Show Network and all of those that could not participate in the video, but they are just as grateful for all of you this holiday season as we are. We are back with myself and Miss Brittany Floyd this morning, and we're going to talk about games. And I'm at the point in my life, I don't know about you, Brittany, I don't appreciate games very much.
I don't either. I
I
don't.
don't appreciate it. I really don't. But there's a lot of things that I think try to creep in and steal our joy or attempt to. And this is why the message that we talk about on this show, that you are the joy, is so important. Because when we place our feeling of joy outside of us, we know that we have no control over anything else. And so it becomes challenging to hang on to that joy during difficult times if you're looking for the joy outside of yourself. But even inside of yourself, maybe you've caught yourself thinking, I'm not doing enough. Everyone else has it figured out, but I don't. I shouldn't feel this way. And all these feelings that we have that come creeping in. So where are you at now, Brittany, with these games that our minds like to play with us?
Okay, so first I want to say that I think it is safe for me to say that, like, sometimes it still creeps up. Those
Mm-hmm.
thoughts still creep up. They
Yep.
still, like, you don't belong here. Those thieving thoughts of joy, right? I
Yeah.
still have them, but I want to say that I have made huge amount of progress from when I first even come on the show. I want to say that even just in this last year that I have made um, a a huge progress, and I want to say is half. I think half of the battle is catching the thought before it really takes root, right? So I like to imagine my thoughts as like little clouds just passing by, and I
Mhm.
don't have to get caught up in that, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just drifting by, and that's how like when those negative thoughts enter, I catch myself because I feel like awareness is really the main key. You're aware
Yeah.
that you're having these negative thoughts. You're aware you're having, and so like I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let me be the joy, and
Yeah.
I don't have to think those thoughts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think it's same for me in that, I have things that pop in all the time. Friday was a big one for me for that. I really I was well, Thursday into Friday was really tough for me because I was getting ready to launch the Blue Duck Society, and something else popped up, and I was like, just like sucked into this space of like not enoughness. Your timing's all wrong, Jessica. What the hell are you doing? All of these things, these thoughts creeped up on me Thursday and into Friday. And I started to feel like hearing a lot of those things that I'm not doing enough, not being enough, not the right timing and all of that. But my time in that space, I allow myself time in that space because what I found for myself is that that's telling. So if those thoughts are creeping up, why are they creeping up? Where are they come from? Whose voice do they carry and all of those things? So I allow myself to feel it, but my time in that allowance is a lot less now than what it used to be. I would sit
Yeah.
in things for like months.
Days, months,
Months.
weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just well, I guess it just depends
Yeah.
on what it is, but I
Yeah.
used to be the same way. And when you start that spiraling, man, it could get dark and deep pretty quick
Yeah.
if you really allow yourself to spiral with those thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting the conversation around this because so many people will talk about, well, you need to feel the things, and I agree with that. But when we sit in them, we got to start asking ourselves, what role is this really playing, to allow
Yeah.
ourselves to sit in it? Because then we're going to end up like, is it really serving you to sit in it? Are you getting things done? Are you like, are you just feeling it and then and not, progressing on things? What is the impact of you sitting it having on the people around you? And not that we should always, we've got to put ourselves first. However, I'm in a house with 6 other people,
Right.
and when I am in a funk, I slowly will watch everybody else be. That stuff is contagious. It's
It is.
contagious to be in that kind of space.
It absolutely does. I mean, I have a house full too, so I
Yeah.
completely understand. And it can be it's a lot. It's a lot of energies in the house, a lot of different personalities, a lot of a lot of everything, and it can get really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so question for the audience, and then we can answer it too. If we're talking about comparison, perfectionism, judgment, and imposter syndrome, which one of those categories do you feel like creeps in the most? Comparison, perfectionism, judgment, or imposter syndrome?
Mm. Perfectionism, I want to
Mm,
say for me. Yeah.
yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I feel like for me it's probably a good tie uh between perfectionism and also imposter syndrome, and I think those
Imposter.
two things like play off each other quite a bit because If you feel like the imposter, if you feel like, who am I to be doing this? Then if you are going to do it, you got to get it right. Like, it's got to be like,
Yeah.
perfect scenario, for sure.
They do. They all kind of play hand in hand with each other too,
Yeah.
because comparison is one of those things that I feel like, when you're perfectionist or when you're striving to be perfect, you compare yourself to other people too.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Um, you know, it can definitely be a thief of your joy for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Teresa said judgment and shame for her are the things.
mm.
So is it judgment of yourself or judgment of others? That's what'll be interesting to me. Let me know, Teresa, because I think even like you said, with it all tying together, even when we talk about comparison and imposter syndrome, even if we are comparing ourselves to somebody else in a positive way, that's still us making a judgment about the other person,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and a judgment about ourselves. Like, that's if we're saying, oh, Brittany's got this great flag for a background and I don't have a flag for a background, like, and she must have it all together because she's got, whatever it is. Like,
Right.
we creating judgments for ourselves, we're also judging other people. And like,
Yeah.
we may not be going, this person is this, but when we create that judgment for ourselves, it's automatically doing it for other people. Teresa said it's her judgment of herself. And
And the
I'm
one thing
curious.
that I also have noticed too is that imposter syndrome really has this sneaky way of showing up right as you're growing, right? Like, it's like our mind says, like, who do you think you are? Or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
who do you think you are? And really, in those moments, I've noticed that I'm always like, look how far you've come. When I see
Mm,
that, like, who do you think you are? And then I have
yeah.
right after that, I'm like, look how far you've come.
Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah.
Teresa was talking about Tai Chi, move the clouds across the sky. Thoughts and emotions can flow across like the clouds. Yeah. So Teresa's been doing Tai Chi in the morning in our community fitness hour, and then I asked her for the playlist, and I added it to the fitness room, and I'm on day 5 now because it's like a 30-day Tai Chi thing, and it's really it's amazing to me, even in witnessing doing the Tai Chi. So there's the move across the clouds she's talking about, like, your hands are in 2 different places and you sort of have this like cloud like movement. And the interesting part is when I first started that, because I have this issue with my hip where they took the bone out to do my spinal surgery. So I go to turn and there's almost like a jaggedness that happens when I go to turn. But now on day 5, like, it was flowing a little bit more easy this morning. So I found that symbolism, that same way of coming to awareness with these thoughts that creep in and try to steal our joy.
Mm-hmm.
At first, you might have a little bit of that stutter, they might stick around a little longer, but then eventually, as you keep practicing it, it flows more with ease as time goes on. So I think it's important that we give ourselves grace for that stickiness that happens when we first start to be like, oh, okay, I'm having these thoughts. What do I do with it right now?
Right.
For sure.
Well, that was a good
So
one.
how do you get back? Like, if when you notice them and they go and start to pass you by, what is there anything that you do to bring you back to that remembrance that you are the joy and that you can come back to yourself?
Well, I mean, I have a few different tools that I use. For one, I love being out in nature, the sun, all the colors all around me. You know that I'm a huge fan of color and speak on it and how it has this soft, profound way of changing what's around you and everything. And earth it just kind of goes in together. I was talking about last time the fall colors and all of that, and it all plays effect. So color is definitely one of them. Being out in nature. I also teach mindful doodling, and which is a great tool for me, especially when you find yourself in those, even if you're finding yourself in the spiral,
Yeah.
um, and you're starting to do that. Well, why not doodle spirals to get it out?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, right, it's a way, it's a release. It's a form of expression. Art is just energy and motion. And even if you are just doing the slightest little things like doodling spirals on a paper, you're releasing those emotions, you're releasing those thoughts, you're releasing everything onto the paper. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so you could come back to yourself, so you could return to yourself. So,
Yeah. Yeah, those are great. Those are great tools to use. And I keep going back to what keeps coming up for me is just allowing yourself to be who you are in the moment,
mm,
and not feel a need to, try to hide things or everything else. And I think there's a few things to be said about this. One, obviously there's time and place. If you're in the middle of a board meeting, it might not be the time
right,
to have a BF. Like, like we just it might not be the time to completely freak out. But
right.
there's ways to do things, and so that you don't feel stifled, so that you need less of these tools for release, because I think that's where we feel like we need to lean into these tools, is because we're not just being, we're not allowing ourselves to be multifaceted and feel all the things when they come up. And so the tools are helpful, because I think as much as we try to coach ourselves into, just allow myself to be in the moment, so we're not trained that way. We
Right.
were not raised in that way. And so it's difficult to get to that space. And so, like, for me, even I've talked about this before with Project Joy coming on here, I don't always wake up in the morning like, oh, I'm so excited about today. Like, this is fantastic. And God, Project Joy just lights me up. I don't feel that every single day. And so for the longest time, I felt like I had to be this sort of you know, the stereotypical picture of joy, rather than the real picture of joy, which is that it doesn't always look like sunshine and rainbows all the time. And that's the
Right,
joy
right.
of it, and so allowing yourself to just be and express yourself where appropriate, and give yourself the space to express yourself. It's so important to just allow yourself to be a human being. Like, not a robot. You don't have to be a robot, guys. You just don't. So there's that. Any final thoughts about this topic you want to leave with the people, Brittany?
I think you've also said that, like, this before, and many times I think I've heard you say it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give a little remembrance, a reminder that joy doesn't need a reason. It just needs your permission.
That's it. That's it.
Mm.
You could be joyful anytime. And part of it is getting out of some of these thoughts that creep in about, well, they say I shouldn't be joyful right now. I'm supposed to be sad. I'm supposed to be angry. I'm supposed to be, you can be all those things at the same time. It's possible, and it's important to recognize our multifaceted nature, and that joy still exists even in the storm. We're going to take one quick break, and when we come back, we've got birthdays and all that fun stuff. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm here with Miss Brittany Floyd today, and we've been talking about mind games. And I just want to leave you all with this. We're too grown for mind games at this point. Don't let yourself do it to you. Okay.
Oh, I do have one affirmation that I would like to share with the people. It is, I am not my thoughts. I am the space that observes them.
There you go. There you have it, everyone. All right. It's time to do birthdays. Y'all ready? Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. So I was not prepared this morning and just started looking at birthdays on the break. And that's fine. But Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy and many other things, 56 years old today. Happy birthday, Ellen. The incredible, another Brittany that I loved so much, Brittany Murphy, who passed away in 2009, an incredible actress. She had a birthday today. Who else do we have here? We have country singer Miranda Lambert, 42 years old today. Love that song Kerosene by Miranda Lambert. It's one of my favorite songs, and I love that there's a line dance that goes with it. That's fantastic. So happy birthday, Miranda. Also, let's see, who else do we have? Actor Walton Goggins has a birthday today. Happy birthday. Actress Heather Matarazzo is 43 years old today. She's fantastic as well. Who else do we have here? Let's see. Anybody else I reckon? Oh, Sinbad. 69 years old today. Have you guys seen that one? What do they call it? Where it's like you think you remember one thing, but then they go back and say it didn't actually happen. Not gaslighting. There's a term. There's a term for it.
Yeah,
I'm having a moment. Anyway, there's this whole thing where people say that him Sinbad didn't exist in the movie Shazam or something like that. Anyway, that's a funny one. Go check that out. But he does exist, and he's 69 years old today. Happy birthday. And rapper Eve is 47 years old today. Happy birthday, Eve. And the celebrities in my life today is Chris Simpson's birthday. So Chris and I went to school together. And we were always in the band together and everything else. And so let me tell you about the full circle moment. So we played in middle school together in the jazz band. And he played saxophone and I was on piano and vocals. And so we played together in our 8th grade graduation. And then when we graduated high school, we got to play together again at that time. And then he and his band came and played at my husband and I's wedding reception years later. So super fun, and happy birthday, Chris Simpson. Do you have any birthdays today, Miss Brittany?
I do. For like the first time ever. Okay.
Thank y'all for getting your shit together, okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for listening. Okay, so 3 days ago, my Aunt Barbara had a birthday, and my good friend of 10 years, Montrell Lewis. So Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. All right. Very good. All right. Let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you have an amazing whatever you want to celebrate, however long. You could celebrate today, all week, all month. I don't care. I don't care if people have things to say about that. I don't. Do you eat cake every day? That's what I say. Period. End of story. All right. What's happening on the network this week? Let's find out. Okay. So I feel like, ever just sit there and be like, I just need to take a deep breath for like 5 minutes. I feel that this week. I feel like things are coming to rest as they need to. Lots happening though this week, so you can rest in between all the things that are going on. We have co-working coming up this afternoon at 12:55 p.m. and also on Friday at 9:55 a.m. You can go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club to see our entire list of events and shows and all of that, and access our virtual community. Again, the breakthroughshownetwork.club. I have Manic Monday Radio this evening from 4 to 6 p.m. over on Station Head, or you can also come hang out in the music lounge inside the virtual community. Show Me Your Nuts is coming up tomorrow with Stacey Brayuka, and I'm very excited because tomorrow night, you guys, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be back on Beyond 2D with my co-host Farron, and drum roll, my dad is going to be on, guys. Okay. So very exciting. And we are going to be talking about war and peace. We're going to be honoring our veterans tomorrow and talking about a lot of thoughts that we have had as a Army veteran, a Navy veteran, and a Navy veteran's daughter. And so we're going to bring you that perspective tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific on Beyond 2D. I'll be back with you on Project Joy on Wednesday with Olivia Bonnie, and I'll be solo on Friday. And then Friday, it's a little bittersweet, guys. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time, it is the season 8 finale of The Breakthrough Show with the incredible Robert Lukian is back, you guys. I'm so excited. He was the second place runner-up on The Voice Romania, and my little American heart was crushed over here. Okay, I was like watching and I'm like, oh no, but he's so good. He's so good, and I can't wait to catch up with him, see what he's been up to, and find out lots of stuff. I know he's still working with Smiley, who was his coach on The Voice, and so I'm excited to get into all the details with Robert on Friday at 2:00. So tune in for that. And then we'll have our weekend stuff and be back to do it all again next week. So that's all what's going on. Anything that you have to report or share, Brittany?
Yeah, Thursday I have mindful doodling at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We start off with a guided meditation and then we doodle for 20 minutes. If you feel like you need to de-stress, get away from all the upcoming holiday stress and everything else going on in the world, feel free to join me at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
There you go. And tell the people, are you coming back next season?
Of course. course. Of course.
Brittany's back next season. Woo woo. So Brittany will be back once a month in the 2026 season, which will be season 7 of Project Joy Live, everybody. And then we're working on our event schedule and all of that. So that'll be coming out soon. So lots of goodness happening in the new year, and I'm excited to have you back.
I'm excited. To be honest, Jessica, I don't think I've ever truly expressed this, but Project Joy Live was the first show that I started watching of yours. And that I would, at first it was kind of like when I would wake up, but it's been a source of, like, I feel like it's changed my life, basically. It was the seed that changed my life, the show was. So
Hey.
I'm so glad
Thank you
to be
for
a
that.
part of it and to be able to come back. So,
let me come in here. We're doing God's work over here. Okay, we're making morning people one human at a time. These people are loving the morning. They're feeling the joy. They're using calendars. Yes.
I know. Who would ever thought I would use a calendar? Me.
Listen, it's exciting. It's exciting. And speaking of creating the things that you want to see, I will end the show this morning with my it's shameless plug. Shameless plug this morning. I launched on Friday, you guys, the Blue Duck Society. And I'm so excited about this because this is about visionaries turning ideas into action. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are like me, where you have amazing ideas floating around in your head all the time. And then you're like, I should do that. No, look, there's another idea. And then there's another one. And we don't always follow through and bring the world the things that we know are so important, the things that are amazing ideas. And I wanted to create a space where we're doing it in a community of other people that are also inspiring, because I have seen the power of what happens when inspiring people come together, and to be able to help each other with our different, things that come up, and they will, because that's the way it works. And I'm very excited because we have 3 founding ducks already to the Blue Duck Society. I'm so pumped. And so you can go visit jessicadugas.com/blue-duck-society and learn all about that. Our first cohort is going to begin on January 7th, 2026. But if you get in and get registered prior to December 9th, we're having a half-day workshop on the 10th that is a bonus, that we're going to map everything out for our 2026 and be able to use our time even more wisely inside the society. So I'm very excited about that. I would love for you to be a founding duck and come and join us in the Blue Duck Society. So thank you guys for the support and all of that in that launch. I appreciate you. All of that said, it has come time for the end of the show, everybody. And that means that we are going to wish you well. Until next time, I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Miss Brittany Floyd, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.